Uh, so I have a song that turned 7 years old the other day called Slaves. And every time I try to market the song, it always gets denied. YouTube won't market the song. Google, obviously they're YouTube. None of them will market the song for me. And, it just pisses me the hell off because there are other songs, other artists. One artist that's having sex with Satan and he kills him in the end. Some other artist is out there making videos with crap and they get to market their stuff. But me, no. No, 7 years I've tried. I try like once a month. And I thought, well, it's the 7-year anniversary of that song. I wanted to market it. Nope. Denied. Always denied. They don't like the video. They say it's inappropriate or something like that. The song's called Slaves. They don't like it. Maybe they just base it off the name of the freaking song. Maybe I should call the song I Want to Fuck Satan or God or something like that. Then they'll all be up in arms. Oh yeah, we got to have this. We have to have freedom of speech and expression and other viewpoints. It's not, it's just like, it just pisses me off. And then I get people that say, oh, we can't find your stuff online. And no, they can't. You could click in the artist one. I own that. I own the name. I own the trademark. I own everything about that. But yet, you can't find it anywhere. Okay. You can't even type in the music side, the artist one. I should be the top. There's only one me, right? Nope. You actually have to take and know the actual URL from each album. I mean, each album, and type it in. Then it will take you to it. But let's say you wanted to see one album, and then you clicked on the artist one little symbol on the top to go, oh, I should go to all this other music, right? Since they're all being sold on Amazon and other platforms. Nope. You have to know each album's freaking URL through Amazon to buy. What the hell? I've had people who are in the industry look at it, they say, I've done everything right, it's on their side. Yeah, exactly, it's on their freaking side. And yeah, I'm pissed off. Because it's just the same thing with CD Baby and that crap. It's always putting it in different platforms and all this other kind of crap. It's like, I have a right to promote my stuff. I have a right to it just pisses me the hell off that every time I try to promote this one song, it gets denied all the time. Every time. Everywhere. Facebook denies it. YouTube denies it. They all deny it. But like I said, if I had a song where I was, screwing Satan or saying God is a woman or whatever the hell, as long as it's derogatory and blasphemous, it would be trending. But no, not my stuff. Not even the Christian industry ever supported my stuff. Because I wouldn't bow down to their bullshit. I'm going to get a coffee here because I'm pissed off. It's just, I don't know. The only way that I guess my music, and here's the interesting thing, I'll say this. I have produced other bands. I know people don't know because I don't share everything that I do with people, but I produce other artists and I get royalty checks every year. I don't get them every month because they don't make that much, but I get royalty checks every year from them selling on Amazon, Spotify, whatever platforms are out, iTunes, stuff like that. And if these things still exist anymore, I don't know. But I still get money. I still get a readout. It's usually 4 or 5 pages long, and it's for other artists that I produced and worked with or wrote songs with. I get that money. But if it's my own stuff, oh, and then you can look those artists up and they'll come up. You can type in their thing in you know, Apple or whatever the things are, Spotify. It'll come right up to that artist. I type in my stuff. Nope. No. You know, I think the only way, if my music ever becomes successful, which it probably won't because I guess it doesn't. I guess nobody gives a shit. But it's interesting. I've worked with other artists where their songs are kind of, you know, I mean, they're okay, you know. I mean, I had a part of writing them, so obviously that's there. But it's like, you know, the song was poppy or wasn't really my shtick, you know. 10, 20, 50,000 views, 100,000 views on their YouTube channel. Mine, 23. It's like I worked on that song. Every time people view that song, I get a 1/10 of 1 penny, you know, something like that. Which is fine. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of producers out there. I should have stuck with it. Should have never got married. There's a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But I could just be sitting back, collecting money off of so many of the artists that I worked with in the 90s, and that I was progressing to work with. So it's but whatever. But it just pisses me off. You know, this is 7 years. I wrote the song Slaves. I put the album out, 40 Years of Wandering, 7 years ago. And though the album's kind of one of those, it was, well, it's like all my music. I just create. I don't overly produce. I don't overly this. I don't do that. I just write songs. And then I put it out. And then if people like it, they like it. I don't sit on songs for hours and days. I don't try to fix them. A lot of my songs are based off of that particular moment within the Bible. I had somebody was bitching about vocals. They go, well, your vocals sounded kind of weak on that song. I said, that song's about a dying guy. The guy's dying in the song. What am I supposed to say? Hey, everybody, I'm dying. Hey. No. Hold on, I'm getting coffee.
Hello. What can I get started for?
Large mocha.
Large mocha, like 24?
Yeah.
Okay, and is it hot? Okay.
It's hot, just like you are. That's why you're taking your top off, because you're hot, right?
I mean, I guess. You can say that.
It's getting hot outside. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, no.
That's one of those words that could have dual meanings, you know. But you are hot too, so there you go. Hot and hot, there you go. Don't want to take that away from anybody.
No, never.
Exciting. I try to clarify my statements.
Did you want straws or beans?
I'll take beans, but I don't take those straws. I mean,
No straws.
they're for girls.
They're for girls.
are men, my question. Of course, I don't know anymore. It's so crazy out there what it is today.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, for sure. I feel like I'll say the wrong thing if I'm talking the wrong thing.
I always say the wrong thing. I'm a constant walking wrong thing being said all the time.
That's okay.
I know, I like it.
Yeah. You can make a joke out of it. You can not make a joke out of it, you know? So many different things. All right, just $5. Thank you.
Oh, give me 2 5s and 3 1s back. You understand what I said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
That's giving you a tip because it's 5, you know.
Well, thank you. You enjoy the rest of your day. And
Huh?
Keep making wrong mistakes. Something like that.
Yeah, just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Hey, well, have a good one. Got a line now. This is kind of this used to be up here in Lake Stevens, it used to be the country people, right? So she's more of a country person, I would say. Easygoing. I was in the parking lot of Home Depot, which I thought yesterday was my last time there. But no, I had to go another time. Oh. And then they didn't even have what I needed. It's like, we are running low on supplies. Anyway, so I'm at the Home Depot, and there's this guy next to me in the parking lot. And I'm looking at him. He's got a stupid mask on. He's got his mask, and he's got skulls all over. Everything he's wearing is skulls and stuff. I looked at him. He goes, "Hey, how's it going?" I said, "Hey, do you realize you have your mask on? You don't have to have it on. Free yourself, my friend." I said, "Free yourself." He goes, "Yeah." He said, "I've been wearing this stupid thing so long, it becomes it's like a habit, like glasses." I said, "You gotta free yourself, man. It will kill you." But in regards to scars, I don't regret any of my life decisions about the scars. I don't regret anything that I've given, because I'll tell you this. I always know now, more so, everything that's going to happen. It's like with this job that didn't go through. I knew it wasn't going to go through. Even before I went and met the person, even before I went to that job, I knew that job would not go through. She doesn't make it hot enough. Anyways, she was hot, and she's hot because it's hot outside, but she didn't make my coffee hot enough. So we're gonna have to go back and hotten her up. Anyways, but I knew I wasn't gonna get that job before I got the job, because I have a sense, right? Or basically, a long time ago, well, not a long time ago, but also, too, that's also very confusing. There's no clarification. But I'm always warned, oh, this is going to happen. Or it's not about that this is going to happen, or just keep your eyes open and don't worry about it. One door closes, the other opens, right? But that's been my whole life. I mean, I got those warnings not to get married when I got married. I get it all the time. It's actually kind of I guess most people would say, oh, I'd like to be warned if things are going to be stressful. Then I can prepare. No, you don't. You don't want to be warned. You just want to deal with it. Because it's a pain in the ass. Because there's no clarification. It's just that, hey, something's coming down the pipe, dude. Don't worry about it. You'll get through it. All right, whatever. So I guess I don't worry about it too much. But it'd been nice to have about 12 grand in my pocket. Of course, I had to work for it. Don't get me wrong. Actually, it wouldn't have been 12. It would have been less than that because you got taxes. Anyway, that's the way it is. But, you know, I'm almost done with the kitchen. I will do a video. I could be, if I really push myself, I could be done with everything today. And then I could probably, I have one other guy, have to go fix something for him. Even though he's one of these clients. He's a guy that I don't mind sitting down and talking to him. He's a nice guy. I worked with his sister on a big remodel project back. And then while I was working on his sister's home, he almost died. He had some sort of massive, you know, it's 1 minute the guy's one way, the next minute the guy's hardly being able to walk around. And it's, hello, Glenn. Hello, how are you, my friend? You know, he used to be, hey, how are you? You know, and then one thing, he was in the hospital like for months, and then he finally gets out. But he'll always call me. Hey, he wants me to fix something on his frickin' refrigerator. It's like, dude, you're selling the house. Don't worry about it. Oh, I got to fix that. It's like, so I told him, I said, I'll come over and I'll fix that. And he goes, oh, you just come over. We have tea. Okay. I got another guy I got to meet before I leave, or stop in and say hi. He's a Christian man. His whole family kind of disowned him because they're all Muslims, you know. Well, you don't know, but I'm telling you, he's Muslim. And then I got to sell my car too. That's another thing. I got to sell my car before I leave. Collect some cash. And then that's it. Head back to Arkansas. I got to put a roof on my mom's house. I've got to do some other jobs up there too. And then I don't know where I'm going. Maybe Arizona. Every day is just, for me, it's up in the air. You need to listen to. Yeah, I'm very intuitive. My son, it's interesting with him. As I tell him, I said, he called me from Uzbekistan, and he said, "You're 100% right." I said, "Yeah, I know I am." It's exactly what you had said. What you'd said. I said, "Yeah, well, I know. It's hard being right, but I'm always right. So don't know what to tell you." That's the problem. It's called wisdom. But but as far as my rant today, I'm telling you, it really ticks me off. 7 years ago, I wrote the song "Slaves." I thought this is a pretty cool song. Concept of the song is God looking down on his people and saying, "My people are slaves. Why are these people like this? Why are they placing laws upon them to restrict them? Why are they doing all this stuff? Why are they following other gods? I'm giving them freedom. You know, I give them choices. I give them freedom. I give them love. I give them all these things. And yet they whore themselves after these things of enslavement and bondagement." And I wrote the song. I thought it was a pretty good song. I had Andrea sing on there doing opera stuff. It's the only time I've ever had another artist on my music. So, it is what it is. There's only 3 times, actually 4 times, but one I deleted the song. I wrote a song on the album Exodus. It's called The Road, which is actually a song written by Gabe King and Dave Adams, and there was a whole band. Of course, nobody could tell me who wrote the song, really. I wrote the song. No, I wrote the song. No, it's like, okay, well, whatever. I just put the person that I saw on the main album. So, okay. So I did that song because I worked with that band in the 90s. I thought they were a really great band. So I rewrote their song called The Road, which is only a portion of how they wrote it. But anyways. And then I had Andrea Turner do vocals on Slaves. That's the only time I've had another artist on my music, any of my stuff. Not that I don't want to, it's just that's the way it works. And then, no, they're the Artist One. Artist1.com. But so Slaves had Andrea on there going, oh, that kind of stuff. And then I just wrote another song with Adrian Curry. I don't know if you guys know who she is. She was on America's Next Top Model. She's a former model, Now she sells Avon or something like that. She's on the TV show My Fair Brady. She was married to Brady guy from the Brady Bunch. Anyways, it's very, very interesting chick. Anyways, she wrote some stuff, a poem once, and so I talked with her and I said, your poem's pretty cool. I kind of like it. I might put it on a song. And she said, go ahead. I said, all right. So I did. So that's the third. One song called The Road. It's not really mine, but I rewrote some parts, so technically it's a joint writing thing. Andrea on my song, and the song with Adrian. I guess I have an Andrea Turner and an Adrian Curry. That's interesting. There's another song I did a writing with, and that was from an artist that I was working with and producing and promoting and stuff. And her name is Veronica Vitali. But yeah, you should check her out. She's married to some dude now living up in Montana or something like that. Anyways, she's a interesting person. That's for sure. She's a little foul mouth, but yeah, you should check her out on. She does a lot of Facebook stuff. She's a cool chick. I knew her and Peter Brady, and then I've also met the other Brady guy. What's his name? This Peter Brady and the older one. He had a show out in Branson. It was kind of stupid, but I was gonna audition for him for play music, but yeah. What was that guy's name? It was Peter Brady was the young one, and then the other one. I didn't watch. I can't remember. Barry Williams. That's his name. That guy's a weirdo, man. He's kind of a nutcase. They all are, man. I think they all are. Hollywood. That's one thing I like about Adrian. Adrian Curry, is she finally snapped out of the Hollywood thing, And if you ever listen to her rants and her videos, she just lays it on the line because one thing about her was interesting is because she was so famous, because she was on America's Top Model, because she was on all this MTV crap and Cribs and all these different things. Not Cribs, but The House or something, whatever it was called. People see her in the spotlight. So when she comes out and says, you know, this is how the industry is, this is how this is how, you know, people I would hope listen to her. Sometimes people don't listen to her, and I even see her or hear her saying, "Hey, don't," and she'll say, she's foul mouthed. So she go, "You fucking have no clue, you stupid fuck." I was in that business. I know that business. I was in it. I was on TV, you stupid. People not listening to her. She gets all pissed off. Kind of like me sometimes. It's like, there's only a few, I think on Deadliest Catch, I think I found one little clip on the Deadliest Catch where I was in it. One little clip for like 1 second. And 1 second was like, 5 hours of, well, it wasn't 5 hours, but a couple hours of doing different things. And there's one little second. That's funny. And then, because people would say, "Oh, you didn't do this. Oh, you didn't do that." And there's one little second. And I found that one little clip. I said, "See, that's me right there." It's like I did a documentary on for Jimi Hendrix with Leon Hendrix. And it was based out of the Netherlands or something like this documentary. And, I have people sometimes tell me stuff, and I go, "I was in the freaking documentary, dude. I was there the whole time." They go, "Oh, yeah." If somebody will say something based on an event that I was at and that I did. And then they'll turn around and say, "Oh, you don't know anything." It's like, dude, I was freaking there. I'm in the freaking documentary. It's like, oh my God. I think sometimes people go, they go, "I choose not to believe you." It's like Google. We choose not to allow your song to be aired on any advertising whatsoever. What's the reason? Oh, we'll make up something. Figure out something, pull it out of our ass. We just don't like you. Oh. How come nobody can search me online and find my stuff? Because we choose to screw you over with the algorithm. They have to know your exact freaking domain name and everything. How come I made a couple grand off of old recordings I produced for other artists in the 90s? How come I make that much money a year, but on my own stuff I make like nothing? I do make a couple grand every year on my music streaming, but it's like, how come it just doesn't make any sense to me? I wish people would make their coffee a little hotter. I'm going to have to go back and have a conversation with her. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got. Hopefully I can sell this car this week. And then as soon as the car's sold, I think I'm out of here, to be honest with you. I'm heading down. So if you're along the journey, we'll stop in, say hi, have some coffee, and do that. I really have no set time I have to be back, except I want to be in California for around my daughter's birthday, which is the 22nd. And that's it. Then I'm heading to Arizona, heading up to Utah, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. I'll be in Oregon, California. I might even go to Nevada. I've got some friends there. I haven't seen in like forever, but I know one, she's a mass freak. So I might stop in and say hi to her, but I don't know. A friend of ours died I don't know how many of you know my whole story in life. Probably not. But I was friends with Henry Hill of the movie Goodfellas. If you ever seen Goodfellas, um, he was my friend for years. Henry was, and another guy I knew. I wasn't. I wouldn't call him a friend, more of an acquaintance, and a guy that if he saw me, he'd go, "Hey, hey, hey, hey," and we'd talk, and his name it was Frank Collada, and he was in the part of the movie Casino. And I was also friends with I still am, I guess. I don't reach out to people like I probably should. I kind of only talk to people if I have something to say. But um, he was in the movie Casino as a cowboy. He's also a friend of mine. But anyways, Frank Collada, he was in Casino. He was an old gangster, part of some big outfit, and you should Google him, Frank Collada, and he has some very good stories. But he found religion. I thought it was great. He's actually became a real good person, just before he died. But anyways, he ended up dying of COVID supposedly. So, and he wouldn't wear a mask either. And so this lady friend of mine that she's managed a bunch of former mobsters like Tony Montana, Frank, and all these other guys. She got all mad at Frank because he wouldn't wear a mask or something stupid like that. I don't think he died from that, but who knows? Who knows? He was an older guy. He lived a hard life. He's a freaking mobster, man. What do you expect? Your life's not guaranteed tomorrow anyway, so I'll reach out to her, but she's in Vegas, but I don't know how much running around I'm going to do. I only get 10 miles to the gallon on this stupid van, so. But anyways, I don't do masks. I've yet to put one on. And I'm not going to either. Anyways, that's it. Yeah, masks are worthless. Especially, I always like these guys with the big beards. My beard's kind of getting kind of needs to be fixed, right? But I always like these guys with these big beards and all this stuff. They have the stupid mask on. It's like it's just sitting right on top of your facial hair. It's like, the little holes around your nose. That's why they were saying double mask. The Fauci thing. Speaking of masks, did you see the Easter Bunny with Biden having a mask on? Biden and his wife, they sleep together. They do all this stuff. Well, who knows if they sleep together. They do all this stuff, right? And then they both always have a mask on. There's such like trying to push a narrative. At least Trump didn't wear a mask. At least Melania or whatever her name was, she didn't wear a mask. Very few times did they have a mask on. At least for the leader of the freest nation on earth, which is about to be just destroyed. Biden and his wife both have a mask. And then they have the freaking Easter Bunny with a mask on. Oh, give me a freaking break. And there's another thing, too. I don't know if any of you saw this. There was a video. It's on BitChute or something like that, where there's a guy in D.C., and it's very interesting, and he's got the Rose Garden live on CNN, right, on his in his condo or whatever place he's renting. And so he goes in and he's showing the big screen TV, CNN, live, Rose Garden, and then he goes out his window on a little ledge balcony thing, and he shows the camera to where the Rose Garden is, because he's right next to the White House, and he says, "There's nobody there." I don't know if any of you remember, but I did a video over a year ago. It was about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, where I was telling people that this deep fake stuff is going to happen. And it's very interesting that, there's a guy there. And that's another thing. It's all deep fake. I don't believe any of it. But I thought that was interesting. A guy's there at an apartment or whatever. He's watching CNN live on TV. Live, takes the camera, showing you the big screen TV, right? CNN. They're at an event. They're clapping. He goes right out his window and around and points the camera about right where they're supposed to be at, and there's nobody there. There's not even the soldiers on top of the roof of the building, which if you're having an event outside, you're going to have your guys and snipers up looking at stuff. So I think so much is deep fake. And to my guy that George or something, alien probe guy, I told you that Trump would be, in my opinion, this is how it's going to be. I don't know. Maybe it was wrong. It was just, I was trying to show people that go read your Bible in the regards to King David and Gad. And King David pissed God off, so God gave him 3 choices. He didn't make any of the choices because David was such a pansy ass and couldn't make a choice. And said, "God, you made the choice for me. I can't do it." Right? So God said, "Okay." And 3 days pestilence. And then it ended up killing 70,000 men. There's a lot of correlations with the 70,000. There were 70,000 that were deleted from Twitter, supposed to be followers of Trump. He got 70 some million votes or whatever it was. There was a lot of aspects of that, a lot of tie-ins with the King David issue. But my thing, my view was either, because there were three choices that God gave David. 1, 3 days of pestilence. 2, 90 days being chased by your enemies continuously, or a 7-year famine. Now let's hope to God that we're not at the 7-year famine. I would say that we are. I personally feel it was God was allowing the enemies. Well, if Trump would ever repent and get baptized, if he doesn't do that, then there's no hope. But I was thinking that maybe it's a representation of the 90 days being chased after his enemies. And we still don't have 90 days, because that would be January 20th. So February 20th, March 20th, April 20th. So that would be the end of the 90 days. Then you're going to see something happen after that, I'm thinking. Oh, and another thing too, just that I remember this, somebody sent me something online about and he might never say never, Zoe. Never say never. God will strike down whom he chooses on their road to any place to do anything. So that's just the way it is. Don't ever say that about anybody. God has a reason and plan for everything that he does. And if you really think about this, everybody needs to think about this aspect. Even Satan was given a time. Satan, it's like, if you really think about it, and so many people don't, why did God even allow Satan to exist to torment people? Well, it's because God made a promise to him, and he doesn't break that promise. So if God put that much and gave that much time, or as time as we see right now, living on this earth, having to deal with his crap, not that he's here yet. And that's another thing I want to get to here. I was just sent something by somebody on Facebook that was showing me some video over there in Israel of who they think is their Messiah. Some dude. Guy looks like a freaking dweeb. And he's at the Wailing Wall doing his, you know. And they're all there with their satanic freaking stupid Satan Saturn hats on. And they're there saying their Messiah has come back. Anyways, I haven't gotten any information on that. I just got what she'd sent me, and I kind of looked it up a little bit, and everything looks to be about the same. But however, remember, I've been pushing the March 22nd issue. I've always been pushing that, at least since about 3 years now. Watch around March 22nd, 7 days prior, 7 days after. Well, this new Messiah guy supposedly showed up in Israel at the Wailing Wall and being all fondled over by all the little Jews with their stupid hats on. He was on the 27th. So 22nd, what did I say, 7 days? That's 5 days. Then on the 22nd, there was a shooting in Colorado. Then on it's always about this time, that it's always about in the March era that things start happening. Anyway. William Mount is an idiot. As far as talking about him, Miss Buttercup. Yeah, I know right where William Mount is. I know exactly actually where he lives. So, yep. Guy's an idiot. Guy believes in, he has a clone. He is a clone. Everybody's a clone. Oh, that's number 2. Okay, whatever. Yeah, he's a nut. He's a nut job. So, you know, man was only created to live one time. And yes, are there doubles? Yes. If you want to know what, I mean, you can watch any old movie and know what happens. Just go watch the old James Bond movie, Her Majesty's Secret Service, and look at the plot behind that. That was a plot to create a virus and then alter the DNA so nobody would be able to reproduce for a generation. So, yes. You still using the sock, buddy? You gotta step up the game. The boys from Brazil. What do you mean the boys from Brazil? I don't get that. Anyways. I'll baptize Trump. I warned Trump. I've warned Trump so many times. I warned him. I did a video called 40 Days, warning that whatever he was doing or whatever he had plans to do, not to do it. And on the 40th day from that 40 days of that video, he signed that agreement with Israel and the United Emirates. That pissed God off. That's why he lost the election. Oh, I have to check that out. The movie, Ira Levine, okay. It says this. I'm trying to read something, but there's a stupid arrow right in front of the. You're not reincarnated. However, I will say this: your spirit never dies, but your body is not. You're not reincarnated. I don't know who that Mark guy is. So, yeah. I might not do I-5 all the way on everything, so I might take some back roads. I might go, well, I would go down the coast, but I know there's a big part of the coast that's fallen into the water as far as the road. There's a lot of interesting things. If you look at old James Bond movies, there's cloning. You look at, of course, Star Wars, you know, the Clone Wars. So it's interesting how there's a lot of pre-programming. There was another movie with I can't remember the guy's name, but he was talking about making people fertile or unfertile, excuse me, destroying genetic reproduction of humans with a shot. This all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Well, I might still go the coast down Oregon. I used to have my coffee when I had my coffee company. Oregon was one of my best states. Well, Washington and then Oregon. But I was in Oregon. I was in 75, 80 stores in Washington. I mean, in Oregon alone. Yeah. I'll clone Hitler. Now, my only issue with clones and all these people that say that is a great Litecoin is moving. I have a lot of Litecoin. Ethereum is the one that just is amazed me. I probably have 15 coins in Ethereum, but I bought back in, maybe I got 20. I think I got 15. But I bought back when they were like $120 just last year. And now it's like $2,000. It's insane. I have quite a bit of Litecoin, but that's always been cheaper, and that the growth of Litecoin has not been as much as any of the other. But I have the major three: Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. 94% of my holding is in Bitcoin. Yeah, you know, one of the, I was hoping that I was going to get this job. Now I could have made, you know, $5,000-$6,000. I guess I could have not have painted the house, but I didn't want to do it. Yeah, I think I have about I think I have like 40 coins of Litecoin. So if they're going up, that's good. I also bought Graft when it was like micro pennies when it started. I think I bought $1,000 in Graft. I think it's I can't remember what it is now, 100 and something. So, well, you better, if you don't understand crypto, I would say don't even worry about understanding it. The thing is that, you know, I buy gold and silver, and then I always have $1,000 on me. Just in case anybody wants to rob me, go ahead. But I also have something else right next to me too. But I look at it like this: cash in your pocket. What is that doing? You're not making money in the bank anymore, right? So let's say I got $1,000. I take $100 and I put it into crypto. I mean, if I lose it, if I lose it, I'm going to spend it on other stuff. Stupid coffees that I don't buy this every day. I do coffee once a week, maybe. But that's $5. So, So I would say just you can get a Coinbase account. Coinbase, they're decent. There's another one too, but I do a lot of Coinbase, and then I just I have been mining too. But just open up a Coinbase account, throw $100 in, big deal. Buy $100, you can buy a Satoshi. You don't have to buy a full Bitcoin. You can buy they're split up Satoshis. So just buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. So the one thing, yeah, okay. Well, here's the thing about silver. I've literally got, I don't know, 50 pounds or 60 pounds of silver. Okay. It hasn't shot up price-wise like my Bitcoin has, I can tell you that much. I bought Bitcoin at $3,500. I bought a couple of them. So, the most money I think I've got into crypto is 10 grand. So that I originally invested. So 10 grand has made me 100. So just let you know. I understand in 2014, what was $50 an ounce? Silver or gold? It wasn't gold because I've been buying gold for years. But yeah, crypto, just buy that. I mean, I never sell my crypto. I should probably day trade if I had, well, I have 100 grand, but if I had another 100 grand that I'd want to play with, because that's one where you just buy at the valleys, So, but silver's great. Like I said, I've probably got 50 pounds at least. I know I got a couple pounds of gold, but it's like, when am I going to sell it? I guess when things really get tough. But here's the thing: silver and gold have I none, but what do you give to God? So God will feed you with a crow if he needs to. So that's not a big deal. Right now I'm sitting at my dad's house. Getting ready to take off and go to Arkansas. So then I'll be in my studio again. And then I'm looking to do something, maybe move to Arizona. I don't know. I might move back up here. I've got a huge tour bus in the backyard that I've got to remodel. So I'm going to leave, and then I'm going to come back. I got to go over the bus. I got to figure out some stuff, but I got to get back there to Arkansas. I got to put a roof on my mom's house. I got to find a way to get her to move somewhere. So either buy a house in Arizona, move her there, or buy a house up here, which I really can't afford anything up here, and then move her up here. No, Bitcoin's going to go. What, Max Kaiser? I've been listening to Max Kaiser for a decade. Him and Gerald Salente, an old guy and a little older guy than me. Or maybe Max is younger than me. I don't know. I think he's older than me. I'm 52, so I think he's in his 50s. But Max Kaiser has Bitcoin at 200 some thousand. So I had a guy, this guy lives in multi-million-dollar homes and all this kind of stuff. He makes, $30,000 a month or whatever. He's a big mortgage lender guy. And 3 years ago, Max is in his 60s. Wow. Anyways, I told this guy, I said, back when I bought, about 3 Bitcoin and when it was 3,500, I said, dude, I said, just go freaking buy. I said, you're making a shit ton of money. Go buy. Cause he was asking me, cause I was working on his house. He says, well, cause he knows I mean, I need money, but I don't really need money cause I don't have any bills or debts. But, he's going, cause he had to, he paid me like $15,000-$20,000. He goes, well, what are you doing with all this money? I said, I'm buying Bitcoin and investing it into that. He goes, well, what's that? I try to explain to him. And then he gets going. And then like 3 days later, he calls me up and goes, oh, I've looked in that Bitcoin and that's all going to be, you're not going to be able to use any of that. And it's all going to be taken away by the bank and all this kind of crap. And then 3 weeks ago or whatever it was, as soon as I came back to Washington, you can buy everything. Just go to Coinbase. That's the easiest one. It's a Coinbase's app. Anyways, or look up Max Kaiser. There's one that he uses that I also use. I can't remember it because it's on my computer. Everything's encrypted through my computer. I don't even use anything on my phone. It's all my home unit, and I've got like 5 in my computer alone. I've got 5 internal hard drives. Then I have about 20 external hard drives. In some of my hard drives, I actually have Bitcoin, right? Because I owned about 10 and I had a hard drive fail. So I had some issues. I was able to get a few of them back or whatever. It showed that I had 3, but I knew I had 10 because I was mining with, and anyways, it's complicated, but it's not complicated. I don't know that much about it to be brilliant about it, but all I can say is, like I was telling this guy who makes all this money, $300,000, $500,000 a year. I said, dude, just freaking buy a coin. I said, do that. He didn't do it, arguing with me, telling me I'm an idiot, all this kind of crap. Okay, whatever. 3 weeks ago, he calls me. He says, oh, let's do coffee. We still haven't done coffee yet. Let's do coffee. I want to talk about this Bitcoin. Wow, it's like at 60 grand almost, or whatever it was. I said, dude, I told you to buy it when it was $3,500. You could have bought freaking 10 coins. Big deal, 35,000 for you. It's like a month's wage, right? I said, I bought a few coins, right? So, I mean, okay, if I lost it all, what would I lost? 6 grand, 7 grand, 8 grand? I guess. I've lost a hell of a lot more than that, people. I've lost millions and millions and millions of dollars in my freaking divorce. I lost $12.5 million. I don't think people realize this. You can always look me up. Glenn Cogshell, Black Dot Coffee, Russia, Moscow. I was in Forbes. I was in Entrepreneur Magazine. Matter of fact, I was the center spread in Entrepreneur Magazine, 2008, I think August of 2008, September maybe. It was called Going Global. That was the title of the magazine. And I was supposed to be on the cover of the magazine, but my ex-wife wanted to be in the pictures so badly because she was so pissed off that they were doing an article on me and she wasn't invited. And then, of course, she divorced me a couple months later and I lost everything. I lost $12.5 million company. I had contracts of $12.5 million contracts in sales. And then the guy that went off, jealous of what? Who are you talking to? Yeah, cheaper to keep her? Yeah, if that was possible, yeah. I have a whole story, man. I had a business partner that was in Deadliest Catch, the big TV show. Then I had an ex. It was all crazy, dude. When I write my book, maybe people will figure it out. Yeah, my wife was jealous. Okay, there you go. I didn't know if you were saying to me, but yeah, I was supposed to be on the cover. You can look it up, Entrepreneur Magazine. It's like in 2008, September, I believe. Could have been August, November, or October. I don't know. Search those 3 months, and it's called Going Global, and that was the thing. That was the thing on the magazine. And I was in the magazine. If you have the magazine, you open it up. No, she's insecure. If you open up the magazine, I was in the centerfold. It was a picture of me and my ex at the time. So, and she was, yeah, I think she was still pregnant too. No, maybe not. I can't remember when they took the pictures and then when the actual article came out, but anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. It was over. The guy came up. The magazine, they hired a photographer. He came out and he did all this kind of crap. My ex has daddy issues. Her daddy's a billionaire, and her daddy married women that were younger than his daughter. Just let you know. I like the guy. He's a nice man, but you know, my father-in-law told me once in his broken English about his daughter, and he said he goes because we got along really good. I mean, we had a company together. He's what got me into Russia because of all his connections. He's the one that got me into the Kremlin. But he said to me one time, he goes, he says, she's a lot like her mother, you'll understand. Anyways, she's the mother of my 2 kids, so I can't be too hard on her, but I'm about ready to write my book, my tell-all. I've got freaking stacks of documents, and not like anybody would care, but I hold off on it because I got a 13-year-old. Well, she's not 13 yet. She's 12. I have a daughter. I'm not interested in dogging on the mother of my children. My son, he gets it. Sometimes he gets it, sometimes he doesn't. But I'm hoping now he gets it. Now he's in Uzbekistan, and I'm hoping that he can go work for his grandfather, which is my ex's dad, because he's got the moolah. If you want to know what it's like to live the life, I don't know if he's worth $1 billion, but I know he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So I mean, but if you want to know what it's like to live the life, you just hang around my father-in-law. I mean, the guy wears Armani and has socks that are $5,000 and crap like that. So he's got cars, he's got chauffeurs, he's got, you know, but so it's very interesting life. Money is good, but money is also not everything, dude. But I've had it. You know, here's what I'll tell you about me. I don't know what your name is. Anyways, there are a couple types of people in the world. One, that yeah, money means nothing, but they're also not trying to get anything either. Then you have those who are trying to get everything. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I've had it. I've been lucky. I've had multiple homes. I've made hundreds of thousands a year. I've done multi-million-dollar deals. but I've also lost it all. And then I realized that, people ask me why I do this crap. And it's hard for people to understand that I'm even doing carpentry work. But I look at it like this: Jesus was the Son of God. He was a carpenter. So I can't bitch and moan. I can't complain. I can't go, how come I don't have what I used to have? I should have 5 homes right now. I should have a couple $1,000,000 in the bank. So, but I don't. Right now I'm in my van. I do have money. I have my little Mercedes car. I don't have my 69 Mach 1 anymore. I'm not driving my 70 Torino GT, which had a 427 Cobra Jet. I'm not driving my 66 Olds 442. I'm not driving in my, it's like, I used to always have 10 cars. It's like I've told people so many times and they just don't believe me. And it's like I always had 10 cars all the time, and they weren't crap cars, I always had nice things. I had the big recording studio at a young age. I had the nice homes. People would come into my homes and they'd think I was married because my place was clean and it was nice. My garage, yeah, it's a garage. Reel to reel. I've got a couple. I used to have a couple. I had a Studer. And I had an Akai. I had a 24 track, 2-inch. I have a 1/2-inch sitting in here in this garage. I think it's my dad's, but I think it's mine, but I can't remember whose is who. I don't care anymore. And I think that one's an Akai or a Sony. That's a 1/2-inch. But, I had Pro Tools when it first came out. Now I use Cubase. I used to work on SSL boards. I used to work on Neve consoles. So most of the albums I worked on, they are brilliantly sounding albums. They're great. They're what I want my music to sound like. But every time I got around to doing my own stuff, I had to go. I wasn't in those studios. I couldn't afford $150 an hour. I had Tascam D88s is what I had in the 90s. I had to have my own system. So I had 4 Tascam D88s when they were brand new and they were $5,500 each. I had 4 of them. And then I had the Mackie 32 bus, 8 bus, 32 8 bus. One of the first boards I ever made. Tons of outboard gear. I spent like $180,000 building out my first studio. And then I spent $250,000 building out my second studio, which I never even played in because I had a coffee company and I was making so much money and dealing with the issues that I had a studio in a nice house on Camino Island where I looked out my window of my control room. I could look out my window of my control room, out my windows of the front because I had a big tracking room, and then actually see the water. I was that close to the water. That was kind of my dream home. I'm hoping that I can get something like that back someday. This is what I would like by the end of the year. I want a home on a lake or next to the ocean. That's what I want. That's what I had before. That's what I want again. I don't need anything better than what I had. I just would like to get returned what was lost and stolen from me. The other one is my 69 Mach 1. I want that back. That's it. Those 2 things. I want a place for my kids, I want a place for my house, so I have my studio back in there. My mortgage on my house on Camino next to the water was $1,700. I bought right, and I bought it right. I just bought at the right time, and I knew what I was doing. So the house cost me $250,000. It was built. It's a brand new home on land. It was almost 3 acres. right next to the water. But you got to remember that was in 2003. It was a 69 Mustang Mach 1 390. It's a big block. That's what I drove. That's what I drove when I was a teenager. Yeah, it was a good piece of property. I also lost it in divorce. And then I lost another house in a divorce too. I lost 2 homes. Yeah. Yeah, Linda Carter. I dated a Linda Carter type. Yeah, that was bad. That was the one of the worst ones. I don't think it has anything to do with her hair color, man. Dated a redhead once. She wasn't too bad. Anyways, I should probably I've been on here and sitting in the car. It's getting hot, and I got to do some work so I can get out of here. But yeah, just if you're out and about, I'll be out and about the United States here in a couple weeks, and then maybe we'll all hook up. I don't know what Linda Carter was personally, but she could have been bossy. But there's a difference between knowing what you want and then having to deal with people that just kind of. I get the bossy thing. I used to work with guys, and I had a guy once that was renting out a room from me for a while, but I was his boss, and so he would always go, "Why are you such a dick at work? But you're a cool guy. I don't mind, but you're a dick at work." I said, "Because when we're at work, we're to work. We're not there to talk, and you're smoking your stupid ass cigarette every freaking 5 minutes." I said, "Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty close to firing you, but you got to pay me rent, so I got to keep you around. But I'm telling you what, if you weren't renting a room from me, I'd freaking fire your ass because you're lazy." So I'm yeah. Yeah, you never know with people. Here's my thing with celebrities and stuff like that. I've known people that were it's like the Deadliest Catch stuff. Phil Harris is the guy that had business partnership with. On the TV show, he was the one everybody loved. Oh, Phil, he's so cool, right? And he had a couple kids. He had Josh and Jake, and I like Jake. Josh was okay, but he was kind of a showboat. But Phil was a good guy, but he was also high on drugs half the time. So, but he wasn't a good man, and his manager was a little prick. His manager's name was what was his name? I can't remember his name now. Anyways, dickhead. But everybody, oh, Phil's so great. Phil's the coolest guy, but he was a dick. And then I would know other people that were, more rock stars, because that's all I knew was the musician guys. They go, oh, that guy's an asshole. That guy's this, that guy's that. I knew him. He was the nicest guy in the world. So it's always hard to really, you got to be careful when you're judging people unless you actually know them. But I get it. There's people like that. There are people that get celebrity and then they get, it's kind of like that Ellen chick or whatever, or the Oprah's, So I think that's why the 10 Commandments, if you really read the 10 Commandments for what they are, it's just God saying, hey, focus on me, focus on your family, and don't worry about anybody else's crap. Don't look at their wives. Don't look at their stuff. Don't look at anything. Who cares? Just focus on me, man. Don't worry about them. I'll deal with them. I will deal with them. You need to deal with yourself. So, because people would tell me that Henry Hill was an asshole and a drunk, and that if I didn't do business with him, or if I did something, he would have me shot or something because he's an ex-mobster. Henry was the nicest guy. Me and him had the greatest time. He was a nice guy to me. Same thing with people would always say crap about they say crap about Leon Hendrix, Jimi Hendrix's brother. I was mad. I mean, he is a pain in the ass to deal with, but me and Leon have always had a good relationship together. There's another guy, Golden McJohn Steppenwolf. People always said that he was an asshole to work with. We had a great time. We never had any problems. So, but anyways. All right. We'll all talk at you later. Hug your kids, call your parents. Go see your neighbors, repent, and be baptized. And, yeah, 7 years ago, slaves, theartistone.com. I have a video that has slaves with just a deck clock. It's very interesting because the deck clock, when I did that video a year ago, was 22 trillion. Now it's 28 trillion. Very interesting. And then if you go back in my archives on this channel to like 2014, I did a video in regards to all this stuff. Or you can go to my blog. I think I have it in a blog where I kind of being a little bit of an asshole, was saying about my prophetic things. There's a video from 2014 where I talked about the debt clock, and that was at 16 trillion or 13 trillion. So just from then to now, it's insane. Anyways, we'll talk at you later. All right, repent and be baptized. Bye.